It feels like everyone is wearing a Whoop right now. Athletes, creators, people who take recovery way too seriously. Everyone keeps saying it's the best fitness tracker out there. So, I decided to try it. And honestly, I get it. The funny thing is, the Whoop is free. Kinda. I've had an Apple Watch for years, and I've been wearing the Whoop for about 3 months now. I use the Apple Watch for what it does best: notifications, calls, timers, reminders, all of the things that keep me connected. It's basically a phone that I can wear. The Whoop is the opposite. It's quiet, it doesn't demand attention, it just listens, and that silence makes it kind of addicting. I didn't buy it to get fitter, I bought it to get smarter about how I feel, to actually understand why I have energy one day and crash the next. It's not about being perfect, it's about being aware. But what actually changed once I started using it? The first week felt weird. No screen, no rings to close, no reward animations. It almost felt like nothing was happening. But then I started noticing patterns. A late meal equals worse sleep. An early bedtime equals better mornings. It was all right there in the data, but what hit me was how simple it was. It's not like it was telling me something I didn't know, it just made the obvious impossible to ignore. And at some point, it kind of became a game, like, how can I make today's recovery score higher than yesterday's? How can I stack good nights of sleep and watch my Whoop age drop over time? It wasn't a punishment, it was more like a challenge, a quiet little competition with myself to see how healthy I could actually get. And once I started looking at it that way, I found myself making small changes that led to bigger ones. So, how did it exactly change my routine? Now, I plan my effort based on how I feel, not what my calendar says. If I wake up green, I go hard. If it's yellow, I still move, but I pace myself. If it's red, I slow down. And honestly, that's been a game changer. It's made me more consistent and less frustrated. I don't burn out like before, and I don't feel guilty when I rest because rest actually has a purpose now. It's like having a coach that doesn't yell, it just whispers, "Hey, maybe chill today." And that whisper is somehow more effective than any push notification. So yeah, there's a lot that I like, but it's not perfect. What's actually good and what's not? What I love most is how peaceful it is. It doesn't buzz, it doesn't light up, it just exists. Every morning I check in, see how I'm doing, and then I move on with my day. It's one of the few pieces of tech that reduces my screen time instead of adding to it. I actually forget I'm wearing it half the time until I check the data later and it reminds me why I feel the way that I do. But there is one downside. Sometimes the data messes with your head. Like, you wake up feeling great, you check your recovery and it says 43%. Then you start second guessing yourself. That's when I remind myself it's guidance, not gospel. If I feel good, I go. If I feel off, I listen. It's about using it as feedback, not fact. And speaking of feedback, Whoop has a couple features that take it to another level. Whoop age. Basically, it compares your overall recovery and strain trends to see what your body should feel like at your age. When you're consistent, sleeping well, training right, that number drops. But when you're sloppy, it creeps up. It's not science fiction, but it's surprisingly an honest mirror. It's kind of cool seeing progress in a way that isn't tied to a scale or a mirror. It's like a quiet scoreboard for your habits. Now, the part everyone asks about, the cost. The Whoop band itself is technically free, but you pay a monthly membership around $30 a month or $300 a year. It sounds expensive until you realize it's basically a subscription to understanding yourself. If it helps you sleep better, stress less, and stop overtraining, it pays for itself fast. If you're not using it, it's a waste. Simple as that. But the question everyone asks me is, if I already have an Apple Watch, do I still need a Whoop? For me, they do completely different jobs. My Apple Watch keeps me connected. My Whoop keeps me grounded. The watch tells me what I'm doing. The Whoop tells me how I'm doing. One buzzes when I get a text. The other nudges me when I need a rest. And that's why I wear both. They balance each other out. One's for the outside world, one's for the inside. So, after 3 months, what's the takeaway? What have I actually learned from all of this? The Whoop doesn't magically make you healthier. It just gives you a better information, and that information leads to better choices. It's not trying to motivate you with colors or badges, it's just showing you what's real. And once you start noticing these patterns, you can't unsee them. You start changing things on your own, sleeping better, managing stress, pacing your effort, not because it told you to, but because it made you aware. The band might be free, but the awareness, that's what you're really paying for. So yeah, I get the hype, but not for the reasons you'd think.